Honey, this is not supposed to be down here. What did you do? Alright guys, this is the Anecdotal Mechanic, and I know what you're here for. You want to see a full install and comparison test with a Nissan Armada / Titan. But before we get into that, let's just show you the sounds. Okay, and now you can leave the video. Please don't watch. I got lots to show you guys. We're doing this with a Magnaflow exhaust today, and I guess that'll be obvious as things go on. I'm going to show you the problems I had, the sound, a better, more thorough comparison than you just saw. Pretty much everything I would think you need to know. Please, if you own one of these vehicles and you've had similar experiences with this exhaust or others, leave me a comment. And also, if you like the fact that I showed you the comparison right off the top instead of making you wait, please leave a thumbs up and please consider watching right to the end, because otherwise, if you appreciate that and you leave the video, it's gonna like algorithmically not share this with anybody. So anyways, guys, appreciate you watching and let's get into it. All right, guys, so we got the stock exhaust on. It's not quite a perfect comparison because that tailpipe is missing like I showed, but I just want to show what it sounds like when we start it from the interior, and then we'll do it again from the outside in a quick drive, just so you have a quick kind of reference for what it actually sounds like. So we'll do this real quick.
Turn it off.
Fine.
Because he's gonna...
Okay, that's good. There you go. That's what she sounds like. Alright, so we're coming to the bottom of the hill here. On the uphill, I'm going to do some heavy throttle just to kind of give you the sound under load in the stock exhaust, and then we'll come back and do it with the Magnaflow Catback. One more pull for your viewing pleasure.
You're gonna wanna stop.
All right, I'm a bit under the weather, but there's no rest for the wicked. My exhaust is here. Time to put it in. All right, now before I get into this, a couple quick comments. This thing came, it was supposed to take a month. They told me more than 30 days. I had some issues with my credit card going through, not related to credit, but related to addresses. And took about a week to get that sorted out. But once that was sorted out, this basically shipped out in a week, which is super impressive considering they had none in stock and had to manufacture it. So pretty pumped about that Magnaflow. You just go right ahead and sponsor me. Yeah, I'm not sponsored, by the way. Let's open it. So initial reactions, they packaged it really quite well. They obviously know what they're doing. I mean, they got their own Magnaflow box, which isn't the greatest if you don't want somebody to steal it. And FedEx literally just dropped it off my house and took off. But I had my neighbor pick it up, so no big deal. I was out at the time. It is 409 stainless, just as ordered. I was kind of hoping it'd look a little bit shinier. Probably gonna have to clean it off to like get it to heat up and look good. But yeah, the tip looks nice and shiny. That's not the tip. Where's the tip? That's the tip. Nope, that's not the tip. That's the tip. We can't even see the tip. It's probably extra shiny in there. Let's get a knife out and open that up in a bit. But no, first impressions, pretty impressed. Looks good. Welds look good. They should, right? They're robotic. So yeah, pretty happy with that. Comes with the hardware. I guess first step's gonna be to get the exhaust off, and then I think step 2 is success. So let's get after it. All right, here's the packaging we got. Check it out. Stickers, gotta love them. Those are going on the toolbox. Warning, Before installing this, please review, I can't even read this, it's all junk. Let's get into it. Step 1, lubrication. Now, I read an engineering review by Project Farm that told me the WD-40 was the best, and then I realized I was reading the graph upside down and they told me it was the worst. But this is specialized WD-40 that's for penetration. And I love me some penetrating lubricant, so hopefully this will work. We'll see what happens. So, you saw the broken off piece. Now you can see that the flanges are still there perfectly fine. It doesn't look like Magnaflow sent me any bolts, which I might have to call them and complain about because I'm pretty sure it said they did, but I'll double check before I complain. Magnaflow, please sponsor me. Also, on the top there, you can see, well, you can't really see, but that area got hot. Now, not hot enough to wreck anything. In fact, you can barely tell, but I just went on a 4-hour highway drive and my bumper was extremely warm. And right above the exhaust there is sitting about 180 degrees. Who knows if it was pushing higher than that at times. But that's about to be resolved. Now, this is how you lubricate. Just until it starts peeing on the ground. That's how you know you got it. Don't cheap out. Man, that muffler is so much bigger than the new one going in. And look at how much rust is on there already. Crazy. Now this here is a broken wire that's supposed to connect to your exhaust grounding strap. And I'm quite confident that's not supposed to be hanging loose like that. That's why I said it's broken. I'm gonna order a new one. I'm actually ordering a kit. That's supposed to be a problem with these trucks. If anything knows anything about that, throw it in the comments, whether it's worth it or not. But to me, seemed like a no-brainer. So with that, we're just gonna let it sit overnight. Just let her take a little break and cool off so I'm not working on hot engine. Come back in the morning, unplug the battery. Now they say you need to do that because they want the exhaust, computer, whatever to reset. I don't know if that even works. I'll probably plug into it with an OBD and make sure I got a relearn on it. But regardless, not too bad. Now, one other thing I got going on with this, I got some tinging noise that I hear from time to time when I shift from park to reverse. I think it's coming from the exhaust as well. So I'm hoping that this will fix it, or at least be able to see what's jangled underneath. I haven't had time to really get under here all that much yet. But yeah, see you in a quick second. Okay, so I said there's a rattling tinging noise that I heard, and it turns out it's this. They just hold these heat shields on with these band clamps and they clearly just rust and break off. So that's a crappy design on Nissan's part. Now, Magnaflow doesn't come with that. With it being stainless though, I wonder if it would pass the heat through a little better and maybe I don't need to worry about that heat shield. Or do I want to transfer them over? I'm not sure. Have to think about it.
Hey,
I don't know if it'll even...
I
don't even know if it'll even fit because it's a different exhaust size. So yeah, tough call. Okay, exhaust is dropped. We'll pull her out. We gotta pull it out because we gotta put the new shiny one in. So I'll just pop this off. We'll reuse that obviously. I did notice that I don't know if these are interior welds or what it is on this muffler, but they're all starting to rust just a little bit. Probably would get quite a few more years out of them. But you can see that was just trash, and that is why we're replacing it today. And obviously I got the stainless Magnaflow in order to match up. I talked about, just wait. I talked about the stainless, that rattle that I had, and that is where it's coming from. So amazingly, the clamps didn't even fall off. I guess one's here and one's there, and somehow this was just riding. This didn't even fall off the truck. For who knows how long this has been like this. It was just sitting like that. Didn't fall off. Pretty amazing. I don't think I need those heat shields anymore because I'm going full stainless. Stainless has better geez, what's the word? Like reflective properties for keeping heat in the pipe. So we're gonna risk it. I think it'll be fine without the heat shields. And yeah, one other comment, I guess. I really hope I bought the right exhaust. And there is your Nissan serial number. Calsonic. I'm guessing that's who made the muffler. So that's a big boy. I'm not sure if I'm gonna bother weighing it, but I'll just go off feel. It felt heavy. Let's get the new one back in. All right, I just thought we had to start it quick with no exhaust on. So this would be if you left the cats in, factory, but you pulled the muffler off. Oh yeah, that raw fuel smells good. So I couldn't remember if I said this is 2.25 inch. Doesn't say the grade of stainless on there. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that, but this is 2.25 inch 403 stainless to the muffler. And then out of the muffler, they've polished it, so you can't actually see the grade. I assume it's the same, and it's I think it's 3.5 inch or 3.25. Hot tip, leave this on so you don't scratch the muffler. Same with on the tip. You don't want to get your fingerprints on there and burn them in, so hot tip. Okay guys, so here we are installing the exhaust. It's a pretty basic install, so I don't feel like I'm going to go over it in detail. Lots of videos telling you how to do that. This is more about the sound and like the process. I did have some problems, so let's just give you the beginning of that right here, and then we'll go over it in detail later. Okay guys, I've got my first complaint. I've got my two exhausts hooked up loosely, and this yes, here, but you have to be quiet so I can finish recording. Okay, no more noise till I'm done. Okay, first complaint is these two pipes are hooked up and don't line up. Now I can't complain because I have a 2015 and Magnaflow says this only goes up to 2014, but I know there's virtually no way Nissan magically redesigned the exhaust for this year. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna fit. And maybe there's a reason for this, okay? Magnaflow, if you're watching, please let us know. I want an official Magnaflow comment in the comments. Maybe there's a reason that it goes inside the muffler, and that's, you know, maybe it's a good thing. So I'm not complaining. It's just made a little bit more inconvenient because I have to take this bracket apart, which I now have mounted on here. And as a solo guy, I gotta lift the muffler by myself. Not a big deal. It's just my first, like, okay, it's not quite perfect, but it's very close. Like, we're 99%. And maybe it is good. Maybe this is the way it's supposed to be. Maybe this is like an offset so that it's like pulling proper resonance out of the headers and optimizing your performance. We're gonna say that. We're gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. We're gonna say that. Also, let's just get a close up of these welds. My goodness, man, those are really nice welds. Now that's basically a machinist that did that with the robotic welder. Oh, it's just so nice. Now I'm gonna show you Nissan's factory welds, and they're also just as good. But this is on stainless, and that's awesome. Good job, team. Okay, Magnaflow, so I checked into it, and yeah, these two pipes should be even close to the same length, and they're not. We've got way too much length. Just for reference, that's the left cat over there, that's the right cat over there. Here they come. They meet perfectly. They're at the right height. Everything's proper, but explain to me how this sticking out that much further than this would mate onto two evenly spaced exhaust flow mufflers. Now these do tighten up in here because of these welds, or I don't know if it's tight or hammered a hole, I can't tell what, but I can feel that it tightens up in there. So there's no way for me to get that to go further into the muffler. And you can see I tried to get it on just to see how far it would go, just gently. A little bit of scratch from just rotating it on there. And as you can see, she ain't gonna go. Now, my immediate thought was I could just make it work and cut this off. But this bends. And so, unfortunately, if I was to cut it off to match, okay, right there, there's not enough room left because there's a bend right here. I wouldn't be able to make it work, which means they're gonna have to send me a longer pipe here, I think. I'm gonna think about it a little bit more, but I think they're gonna have to send me a longer pipe, which means I'm out of a vehicle until they can send that to me. Now, I guess I might as well fit the rest of this up, given that the first piece didn't start, or the first part didn't fit. Not super thrilled about that. And just in case anyone was wondering, I actually did get out the instructions, and look at that, they're supposed to be the same length and meet up. So that's really disappointing.
All right, guys, so it's time to have a real frank conversation here about parts quality, working with a good company, and building cars. So let's first start off with just building cars. You're always going to have problems like this, okay? This exhaust did not fit. I don't expect parts to fit. I've built old cars. I've painted things. I've half built 2 separate cars. We all know what that's like. You start a project, haven't quit. I'm going to finish it next year, I promise. Told the wife, okay? Things happen, okay? A lot of custom parts, especially more niche things, don't fit. Having said that, when I pay a premium price, and I tell you, I paid a premium price. I think this was the most expensive Catback exhaust money could buy, at least that I could find, for this truck. Like, nobody, this isn't like a Lamborghini where they make titanium ones. Like, this was the top of the line. And I decided to pay that because I wanted something that would fit and work good. They advertised this kit as needing no welds, basically a bolt-on. Okay, now I'm capable of welding stainless. I'm capable of fixing this problem, but I feel that I paid enough, I shouldn't have to. So I've been in touch with Magnaflow. We've been going back and forth on it. Before I get to how this ended up, I just want to talk about it and just sort of say, giving them the benefit of the doubt, things happen, okay? And, you know, it's kind of up to them whether or not they want to fix the problem, right? But it clearly was a problem. Now, I'll just tell you, in the initial conversation with Magnaflow, I have a 2015 Armada. Their exhaust is advertised for 2004 to 2014. Okay? I'm going to overlay right now pictures, and I'm overlaying pictures of the problems as I talk, but pictures of the 2014 and the 2015 exhaust from Nissan. And you'll notice, what do you notice here? There's no difference. There's no difference. They're the same. The part numbers are the same. Everything's the same. In addition, I have a neighbor that has a older Armada, and you can look under it. There's no difference. Now, I do recognize that the difference that you're seeing in the video is only a few inches, but as you'll see, I cannot cut it to fix it. You have to add just the way that it's set up. So to me, this was kind of unacceptable. What I'm going to suggest is that if anybody else has installed this kit, please post below. Did you have this problem? It's the exact same, I believe, for the Nissan Titan, because Magnaflow says it's the same part number. In addition to that, I looked into this. Magnaflow offers the lower model of exhaust all the way up to 2015. So I actually think this was probably just a typo on Magnaflow's part. They just like put it in, somebody put it in the computer, and they didn't put 2015 model year in. I don't know why they did that. Regardless, I took that upon myself that if this was a mistake, and the exhaust didn't fit, I was confident that I could cut and weld it and make it work, because I thought it would be the best product, full stainless, thought it would be good to go. I was willing to take that risk. The problem is, I'm about to show you, they sent me their documents for the specs for how long these pipes were supposed to be. I measured them, and they were out of spec. They did not match their own spec. So this was unfortunate. I still think Magnaflow is a good company, and I'm just kind of hoping that they'll fix my problem. Now, as I'm talking to you, they have not fixed my problem yet. By the end of the video, I will tell you whether or not they helped me out. But I just want to kind of say it wasn't perfect. And that's kind of what I expected. But at the same time, you got to give companies the benefit of a doubt. I mean, you'd think CNC that it would be perfect. I don't know. Just throwing it out there. If anybody else has a problem, throw it in the comments. Let's get back to the video.
Ooh. Okay, warm start. Go ahead.
Give it a quick rev. A little more. Okay, well, you tried. Good enough. All right, exhaust installed. Cold start from the interior. Here you go. Okay, so we are going downhill. The fuel is cut. So in case the camera doesn't pick it up, the fuel cut is still very quiet, but it's quite a bit louder than it was with the factory exhaust. So if you didn't hear it on camera, just know that it does sound pretty good on the fuel cut. I really enjoy the sound of it, and it's a nice verbal confirmation of the fuel cut. Now going uphill, we'll do a little pull. And this is just your cruising sound. And like I said, there is a drone right around 55. But I mean, otherwise it's just this nice little rumble. Not obtrusive at all. Just casual driving. It really is a nice exhaust. It sounds fantastic. And like I said, I'll shut up now, but would recommend. Hey guys, I just want to talk quickly about fuel economy. We're going to go over miles per gallon. Don't worry about that. I do live in a hilly area, and I think it's going to be a really good test to show you that there was an improvement. So we're going to get into it here. Just note that, yeah, hilly area, and it did get about 15 degrees colder. So that's something you got to factor in as well. And with that, let's yeah, show you the statistics here. All right, so let's just talk about fuel economy for a second here. We're showing 17.2 right now, which I know it's not miles per gallon, but what we'll do to make it clear to show miles per gallon and kind of make everything make sense, we're just going to look at the history here. This is where I was towing big rig. I had a 10,000 pound trailer. You can see pretty consistent fuel economy kind of in general. This first low one here is the lowest I've had in my last 10 resets. Basically the best fuel economy I ever got with this truck. That was with the exhaust on. So anecdotally, you're definitely getting better fuel mileage with this exhaust on, which I know some people say is debatable, but I mean, the evidence is pretty clear, unless you think I was driving better. Between these two resets, the weather was pretty similar. And you can see this latest one, the exhaust is still on, and it's gotten a lot worse. That's because it's colder now, the vehicle's idling a lot more, and it's actually still better. As in the first picture I showed, if you scroll back a little bit, I was getting 17.8, and now I am getting 17.2. So I think that tells you that you're getting better fuel mileage. Hopefully that helps you guys. All right, guys, so just to kind of wrap this up here, I did do my back and forth after about 20, maybe even 30 emails. I'm not really sure how many, and going up to the manager level. Magnaflow basically just said, pound sand, we're not going to help you. They kept saying that because this exhaust is only listed up to 2014 and you have a 2015, we can't say that it fits, and therefore we're not going to help you. What annoys me about this, as I showed previously, and I said to them multiple times, is that it doesn't meet the spec. So it doesn't matter what year the vehicle's for. As far as I'm concerned, I just bought a pipe and it's not the length it was supposed to be. But you know what? Maybe they're under hard financial times. They are in California, so maybe they're a bunch of commies. I don't know, but they didn't want to support it. My plan, and if you're interested in seeing the rest of the exhaust install, I'm eventually going to do the headers and the cats. My plan was to buy the rest of the Magnaflow parts. And I basically said, hey, look, you know, it's fine. You know, I can see that you don't think the vehicle year is the same. And so, you know, fair enough. Like, why don't you just give me a $100 gift card? I'm going to buy $4,000 worth of product. And that $100 gift card just covers my band clamp that I had to buy, just a stainless band clamp to extend the pipe and seal it off, right? So I mean, it's not a big deal at the end of the day. I was able to solve it, no problem. Maybe I'll throw a picture in here so you can see what I'm talking about. Like, not a big deal. It still fit. It's just basically the end of the day, they use their own initiative to say we're not going to support our product. I suppose they don't have to, but I feel like I should share that, right? That you're paying for the premium product and you're still not getting really any support. They're just gonna get out of it in any way they can, as at least was my experience. Maybe they're really good. Maybe if I had had a 2014, they would have sent me a whole new exhaust. I don't know. But I can tell you I sent a lot of emails. I was very frustrated. So I probably am not going to buy Magnaflow. I was going to spend another $4,000. I even told them that. I was like, if you give me $100, I will spend 4K tomorrow, kind of idea. And they were still just like, no, we're not interested. We don't need your money. We're obviously a big corporate company, and this is just irrelevant. So most of my emails, I think I was pretty nice. My last one, I was a little bit more harsh. But at the end of the day, guys, I really like the product. I'll give you my review here, kind of my conclusion shortly. The product is good. The service was good. It shipped fast. Everything was good, except for just, obviously, they had a manufacturing error. If this is a one-off, then not a big deal. But if this is a thing that's happening to every single Armada, that's a problem. And before you say, well, obviously not, or they would have fixed it, if you sent this to an exhaust shop, I'm pretty sure the exhaust shop just would have band-aided it and called it a day, right? They're not going to waste their time emailing Armada to fix it, or emailing Magnaflow to fix it, or anything like that. They're just going to go, hey, we have spare tube here, we'll just throw it in and done, right? So that's probably why they've gotten away with it, because most people probably don't do this themselves. They probably pay an exhaust shop to do it. Anyways, I don't know. I mean, these things are CNC made, so I don't know how a mistake like this happens. I'm guessing this is a problem on every single one they're making. Anyways, that's just speculation. I don't actually know. And like I said, I'm pretty happy with the product otherwise. So I would give Magnaflow a recommendation, but unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be buying any more of their products. You know, if there's no other option, then I will. You know, I'm not like dead set against them, but I just don't see a reason to pay more money for, you know, as long as the specs are the same. I didn't get any extra customer service, and I didn't get a better fitment. So anyways, guys, so I feel like I'm ranting a bit here, but that's just what happened. I'm trying to show you guys the truth. I'm going to give you my conclusion shortly here. One last comment is I am going to do more stuff to this truck. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a like, give me a follow, and you will see more exhaust installs and other upgrades that I do over time. Nissan Titans and Armadas are a small knit group, so hopefully you guys that are out there will join me as I go through this. I'm looking at buying a Nissan Titan as well, for those of you that have Titans. There's a lot of parts commonality. And I also have a Mustang and a Turbo Pinto. And I'm looking at getting another sports car as well here right away, so we'll have some other content too. Okay, let's get to the conclusion. Thank you for listening, guys. Appreciate it. And let me know what you guys think below. Okay, guys, so just driving around, I just thought I would give a little commentary here on my thoughts. Basically, this exhaust is pretty much exactly what I wanted. It's a little bit louder, but not overbearing. I did get the improvement in fuel economy, which I really appreciate, just a small improvement. It's stainless, it looks good, it sounds good, it's pretty much perfect. The only downside is obviously the price, and the other downside, my story with the customer service. And then finally, there is a drone that does happen right around 55 miles per hour, but it's very minimal. And I honestly think it's worth it for the improvement in the sound everywhere else in the fuel economy. So very happy with the exhaust. In terms of the sound and everything else with this exhaust, I absolutely could recommend it, notwithstanding my complaints with customer service. So we'll leave it there, and yeah, thanks for watching.